Hi there, I'm Annie, I'm 19 years old and I scored a 760 on my GMAT. So the breakup was 44 in verbal and 50 in quant. I would say I'm really grateful to top 1% for my score. I consulted with many of my seniors and I attended demo classes at 4 to 5 other GMAT prepping centers, and I finally zeroed in on top 1% Sandeep Gupta. I was a little apprehensive about the whole process because I come from a non-math, non-engineering background. And to add to that, I scored a 1 out of 30 on my student assessment test at the beginning. But I was keen on doing my homework properly. I would make sure that I had completed my homework before attending classes. And the techniques that they taught in class, they're all priceless. The concepts that they provide you with, trust me, it's a little Bible for a GMAT taker. They will help to take you a long way. Concepts like octave and prime. It's almost like magic, the way they cut down such an ambiguous seeming problem. The options will just go from 5 to 2 in a matter of seconds using the techniques that Sandeep and Audrey provide you with. You will not have to go out looking for extra questions to solve or GMAT tests to take. Even if you do 1/3 of the material that they've given you, you will do really well in your exam. Working on the material that they gave us for the self-prep time and doing our homework, which is really important, I got the score and I'm really thankful to 99th percentile club. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sushmita. I'm an undergraduate at Cornell University. I recently took the GMAT and scored a 770. I was very keen on getting a 99th percentile score, but I wasn't able to dedicate too much time to prepare for the GMAT because of work in college. So I bought Sandeep's video module, and the course is very straightforward and to the point. It teaches you exactly what you need to know for the test. The GMAT is more a test of logic and tricks than math and verbal skills, really. So Sandeep teaches you exactly how to find these tricks in addition to covering all the basic material. I didn't use any additional material apart from the video course. And in fact, there was so much practice material within the video course that I wasn't even able to complete it. Still, I was able to score a 770 in 2 months of preparation because Sandeep's course was just fabulous. I would recommend it to anybody taking the GMAT. And yeah, thanks to Sandeep.
Hey, this is Pratik. So I've got an ISB. So to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm from Bangalore. I've been working Mu Sigma for about 3 years now. I applied to ISB last year as well, but I didn't make it. And I was pretty disappointed, and I wanted to change things around and wanted to get some help this year, since I thought my profile was pretty strong and I'd seen that people with similar profiles as mine had gotten in, but I hadn't made it the last time, not into the interviews. So that's when I approached Audrey. I'd come here for the classes as well with Sandeep. That's how I knew about Audrey, and I came and approached him. So the reason for choosing Audrey over the other consultants was that there's no outsourcing involved here. That's something that I really wanted. I didn't want random people to be working on my applications. I wanted help from somebody who I knew, and that's what Audrey gave me. So all the interactions were with him, and he personally worked on my application and gave me whatever help I needed. The other thing that I really liked was he was very prompt in getting back to me. So whenever I sent him a mail, or I called him up, or I sent him a text or anything, he would respond immediately. So if I'd sent him any material, I knew that when I wake up the next morning, I would have a reply from him in my mailbox. So that's something that I really liked. And another thing which was really great and helped me a lot in the whole process was he was very upfront with whatever suggestions that he had for me. So he was very on your face and gave me, he didn't beat around the bush. It was very blunt. If it was any advice on which colleges to apply to, if the plot of the essay is working or not, he was very upfront. So we didn't really lose much time in churning through things and getting it done. So in terms of the essays and stuff, there was a marked difference in the way I went about things from the last time to this time. So the biggest thing that came out of this was he told me that you need to be really, really specific in what you're writing about in your essays. So there's no point in being generic. So that's a huge blunder that I was making earlier, and I had no idea about this. So the look of my essays changed completely from the past and to what it was now. It was very, very specific, and the whole aspect of networking with students and writing things about your conversation with the students was something that I would not have thought of if it wasn't for Autry. That's something that is the obvious change between before and after. I'm extremely grateful to Autry for all the help, and I'm sure that even in the future, whenever I need advice on my career or anything else, he'll always be there for me, and he's someone that I can look to give me advice and things in the future.
Hi, I'm Sandesh, and I have got an admit from the Tepper School of Business. To begin with, I met Autry when I had just 14 months of full-time professional work experience. And when I first came to him, I did not even approach him for an MBA admissions. I basically wanted to do my MIM, which is the Masters in Management in European countries like France and Netherlands, which is probably the fad now. And it was Autry who pushed me to an MBA. He said, with a GMAT score of 740 and, if we can put together a good essay and, make a compelling case for your MBA admissions. And I was really skeptical. I'm like, there is no way a person with 14 months of work experience can get into a top US school. Nevertheless, he did manage to convince me, and I was pretty, still skeptical at the time of when I even hit the submit button of my applications. I applied to 3 MBA colleges in the US, and I got into 2 of them. Tepper was my first choice, so I'm extremely elated about that. And certain things I would like to point out is when I submitted my Tepper essay, I got an interview call in 4 hours after submitting the application, and that was pretty that was a shock for me. And in the second college that I got an admit to, I finished my interview, I took off my tie, and I received an email from the college saying that they have accepted me. So that is the kind of response I got, and I feel that I've powered my way through the MBA admissions process. And quite frankly, for someone who didn't even utter the word MBA when I first started my admissions process to colleges, to get into 2 or 3 of the top colleges is something of a phenomenon, So, and I owe this to Autry, and full credit to him. He basically helped me create a story. He probably, the meat of the essay, the process of connecting the dots over the years, with respect to my work experience, co-curricular activities, it was all Autry, and he was very prompt in with respect to his side of things. Whenever I used to submit my documents or essays for review, I used to have a mail at 8 a.m. in the morning the next day, promptly every single time. So he is someone I would highly recommend to anyone who's looking to make a quality case and a compelling case for their MBA admissions. Today, if I'm going to Tepper, it is because of Autry, plain and simple. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Oja. When I was planning to apply for my MBA applications beginning of this year, I was very clueless. You have to be very clear with your goals. I was someone who was very clueless. I just thought I just want to do an MBA. I had no particular reason as to why. So when I sat with him and we were discussing my goals and why an MBA, it got me thinking. I realized why I want to do an MBA and what my goals are, and how important it is to be clear with these goals and communicate that to any MBA school that you're applying to. Your application is not a general application. These essays, when someone says an essay, it's not It's not about creative writing, it's about being very specific in what you're saying, being very clear about your goals, about your achievements, and showing that. And I think that's what he helped me with. You know, he kept saying, don't talk about your achievements, show your achievements. And I think that is something that comes very clearly through the essays that I've written, and with his help. The third thing that I really liked through this application process was I've been to a few other places that help you apply. Over here, what I really liked with Autry was the honesty. If you're not doing a good job, he will tell you this is not a good essay. And I think that kind of honesty is really needed when you're applying, because you don't want someone telling you it's good and then getting rejected by the school in the end. What you need right now is someone telling you, you know what, this is rubbish, change it. And then because of that change, because of the depth you get in your essay, you get through an MBA school. And I went through, I think, months of torture, months of thinking what to do, write an essay, and it was a struggle for me. But recently I got admissions at Rochester Simon School of Business with 40% scholarship. And I also got through the Kelly School of Business, and I got a half tuition remission, that is a 50% scholarship at Kelly. And I also got a graduate assistantship, which helps me with an additional stipend and tuition remission. So I'm saving almost a year's fee through this whole scholarship. And I think the only reason I was able to achieve this is because of the tips and guidance that I got here with Autry for my essays and for my interview. Just how to talk in an interview, the points you have to bring up. I think it's a complete process that you go through here. You know, it's not just one stage that an individual goes through this engagement. He will help you from the beginning, from the very scratch to right to the end. So I think it's a great experience that I had, and I don't think this engagement is going to go just because I get through a school. I think I'm still going to be calling him with all my doubts. And I think what I really got out of this experience was I learned so much from him, and I think he's a great guy and he's a great friend, and it was a great learning experience.
Hi, I'm Aditya. I'm 23 years old. I'm a student of the MSc Management program at Imperial College Business School, London. I always was strong on pursuing a management career at an early stage. I immediately reached out to Autry for help with my applications, and then I made it to Imperial. I made it to Rotterdam Erasmus, Singapore Management University, UBC SOTA with a scholarship, and several others. Autry helped me understand what the AdCom really looks for in an application, and he took my entire application and helped me create a story out of it that I could sell to the AdComs. And 6 out of 7 successful applications wouldn't have been possible without Autry's help. So thank you, Autry.
My name is Sukul, and I started training with Manan for the GMAT exam on the 3rd of March and took my exam on the 29th of April this year. Ended up scoring a 750 and with a breakup of Quant 51 and a verbal 40. The major improvement was in the verbal score, at least 10 points I believe. This primarily happened because the techniques that Manan taught me for the verbal were very easy to apply, and as a result I was able to do well on the verbal examination. Secondly, one key aspect of the training with Manan was that since I was fast tracking my training from 4 months into 2 months, he made sure that we had constant checkpoints. He customized the course according to my needs, and he laid out the plans for next few days every time we met. And this is what really helped me on the final few days of the preparation to nail the exam. I have since then recommended training with Manan to at least 5 people. I hope he helps them out as well. And thank you, Manan, for all your help. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Samay. So I got a 760 on the GMAT. I did my preparation from top 1%. The reason I chose top 1% was Manan. He's really an amazing mentor. The way he explains the question, the concepts, the tips and tricks, and the best ways to manage your time, it's just amazing. And the study plan he provides you, just follow it and you're just good to go. There won't be any hindrance for you during the preparation. And he's always available for a phone call or an email to assist you in whatever way possible. I'd also like to thank the support team behind Manan because they really create an optimistic environment for you to succeed. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vagisha Rao and I'm currently studying at City University of London. I'm doing my Masters in Health Psychology. And I did my undergrad from Lady Shri Ram College with Psychology and Political Science as my main disciplines. And it was in my third year that I decided that I want to come to abroad to London to come for my Masters. When I decided to come here, that's when I got to know about Autry because my sister had been working with Autry and she had got to Northwestern University and she was doing her Masters in Management. So I contacted Autry and my experience with Autry had been really good. I think even though my background was completely different from the kind of students that he had been helping with, he usually helps some MBA students, my experience with him was really good. Best part was that whenever I needed to get in touch with him or I was stressed about something, he was always there. He was very quick to reply and he really helped me frame my essays and also when I got through behavioral round, he really helped me. I applied to 4 colleges, UCL, LSE, King's and City, and I got in 3 of them, City, LSE and King's, City, LSE and UCL. And so my whole experience with him was really good. He helped me with my resumes, my essays. He really guided me a lot, and I think that's the major help was that he made whatever I wrote, he made it be very to the point, very crisp.
Hi everyone, my name is Shivika and I'm a student of Sandeep's. While beginning preparation, I knew that verbal would be my strong suit, but that I had to work hard on the quant section. And Sandeep's course is extremely comprehensive and helped with that. His techniques for the verbal section really helped me polish my skills and improve accuracy. And all the material with the quant really helped refresh the basics and gain a lot of practice to learn how to think strategically. But the best part was Sandeep's mentoring and guidance. He was always available to help create customized plans to further improve my quant score or to suggest alternative resources based on what I needed the most. As a result, I received interview invitations from several M7 schools, including HBS, Wharton, Kellogg, and Chicago Booth. And I'm extremely excited to be attending HBS this fall. And a special shout out because Sandeep's first-hand experience with the HBS interview process was helpful in understanding what to expect, how to prepare, and he was also able to give me a much needed confidence boost. So finally, my advice is to just gather your patience and resilience, trust the process, and Sandeep and his course will do the rest.